Let's begin by taping the paper on the surface and dividing it in two parts and wetting the paper to have a nice sheen but not the puddles. And here I start with the darkest blue I have, giving random swirls, leaving a lot of white space in between the swirls. And now I fill in the teal which I've made mixing blue and green together, more on the greener side. I'm using teal swirls in the white spaces I have left, and here with some clean water I pull the paint down. Now I will keep building up the pigments as and when required, and I will also keep lifting the color every now and then so as to achieve clear, dark and light swirls alternating with each other. It's done now. I will leave it for drying and start working on the other half of the paper, again wetting it with the sheen but not with the puddles. And here I use a different shade of blue, giving the random swirls but this time in a different direction. Here again I use the same teal color in the white spaces, but I am leaving the white space in the very center of this postcard. I am not touching the bottom part of this postcard because I want a different color in that part. So here I wet it because it was comparatively dried, and now I take pure lemon yellow in my brush, lots of it, and I go from down to up. Why am I putting opposite strokes here? So that the yellow is clean and it's not contaminated with green or blue. If I pull the strokes down, as you see here, they will get mixed up with yellow and it will become green, which I don't want. I want my yellow to be bright and glowy. I left these two for drying and I think I need to build up the colors. So first the right one, I am wetting it again slightly and gently, not to scrub the paint off. Very carefully I leave the bottom part dry only, and now I will build up the colors in the upper part. I'm softening the harsh edges with the clean damp brush so that they don't look odd. I am building up the colors in my left postcard also, but just because it was a little damp and not completely dry, I'm not using water first. In my brush, I have taken more pigment and less water. As in, it's damp and not very watery, but the pigment still is very light. So I've not taken thick color. It's thin only, but water is also very less. My motive here is to make the white streaks narrow, and that's it. And here I darken the center yellow swirl once again to get a nice glow, and I'll again leave these two for drying. Now that it's dried off, I am outlining the silhouette with my fine liner. So here's a reindeer, and in the next one I will draw the Arctic henge. Now let's splatter some stars with the help of white paint, and this is the reason why I didn't fill up the silhouettes, because I didn't want stars on them. All done. Now let's paint the silhouettes. So I start with the grass below the reindeer. Here I have taken lots of color in the brush and very little water, so it's almost like dry brushing effect, and I make some upwards strokes, rather flicks, to give that grass effect. And once I'm done with the grass, I will start filling up the reindeer. You could do this step with liner also, fine liner also, but I wanted it to be with paint only, so I'm using the paint. with the reindeer. Now let's move on to the Arctic hinge. Here I have to maintain a perspective, so the two structures on the either side are in the background and the one in center is in the foreground, so I have to keep the center one darker and the ones on the either side lighter to give it the field of depth. All done. Now let's remove the tape and see what we've got. So remove the tape always on an angle with the paper, not straight away. This is to prevent the paper from tearing off. I hope you were able to learn something from this video and I hope you liked it. If you did, please share your feedback and give a thumbs up to the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel for more such videos. And for more detailed learning in watercolor or acrylic, you can visit my Skillshare classes. I will leave the link below. Also, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I can leave the links of those also in the description. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.